Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Every single one.
Every what?
One.
One of what?
My bitches.
Girl, you fall.
That shit is so funny to
You
me.
be over there doing all that falling out. Craig be over there just doing all that unnecessary falling out.
And it's like I never heard the shit.
Every time, child.
That shit is
Every
fucking
time.
funny to me. Now, don't be in here eating and slobbering and shit all over the microphone.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not vegan today.
Vegan.
Whatever you call that shit, I'm not it today.
My mother says that shit. I keep saying that every time.
She does.
She says vegan.
Vegan?
And I'm like, girl, it's vegan. That's a long E.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Is it on? Is it on, everybody? Is this bitch recording?
No. There she go, pulling the mic up all close.
What's up, YouTube land? Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC, Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one.
That's the microwave.
Oh, yes, because I'm not vegan.
We're eating, guys. We're eating.
Every single one of my bitches, Christian Mingle, and the lands all across the land. This is your girl, T.S. Madison. I'm coming to you loud, live, and always and forever in color from the Queen's Supreme Court. And honey, girl, tonight we have our girl back, child, because, you know, we were preparing for this tour, child, and we got our girl back, Funky Dineva. We'll be back tonight. Dineva's downtown right now, honey, you know, doing the things that Dineva does, whatever that might be. But Dineva's downtown, and we'll see Dineva this evening. We'll get Dineva to jump on the podcast as soon as Dineva gets here, and we got to get hair and makeup or whatever. I mean, things have been kind of noisy and quiet at the same time this week.
Mm-hmm. Really has.
It's been noisy and quiet. Like, specific things have been noisy. Like Kavanaugh. Am I saying it right?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Kavanaugh?
Yes.
It's very Kavanaugh. No, Kevin.
No.
Nah.
You know what else is in all?
Ooh.
Ayana.
Now see, y'all gonna lay off on my girl.
Girl, Ayana's in all. I'm here for, what she's trying to do, but at the end of the day, girl,
Iyanla got Tamar right together, so that is why I have to have it on the docket.
she's just a little too abrasive.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the background, you know that is CraigTheWriterStewart. Please. We're not promoting his books tonight. You know
Words never spoken, and one thing for certain, two things for sure.
Every single one. Every single one.
Just visit me, guys, at www.CraigTheWriterStewart. But that's Adrian.
It's okay. I'll drop his pay for this episode.
For that promo. Mm-hmm. If you were an Elin Harris fan, you're gonna love my books.
Because in the original agreement, honey, it was 2 on and 2 off.
You're right. That goes back to when Goldfinger was here.
No, it was never Golden Finger. It was always Golden Fang.
Right.
Right. But yeah, that's Adrian in the background with us too.
Adrian is our creative director over social media and all the flyers and stuff. Please follow Adrian on his OnlyFans account.
No, at Adrian Lancaster on Instagram.
Girl, I did think. I did see him bent over on Tumblr.
Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. Just send it to me. I ain't seen it.
A few times.
Mm-hmm.
A few.
Stolen lonely.
Hey.
Oh.
Child.
Listen, this banana pudding waffle is.
Bitch, this
It's
lobster
really
just
good.
got up and walked right on down my throat.
It wouldn't be the first time something did.
Something slid down.
Something walked down. Yeah.
He just fell.
So, okay, Craig, you're really into the whole political situations of things and things like that. Can you give me a rundown? I did see these Kavanaugh being sworn in as a Supreme Justice. Am I correct?
He has been confirmed.
He has been. You know what? Do you see the times? Times have really changed. And you and I talked about this earlier today when I had stated that, when you were telling me about the things that were going on in your personal life, honey, and your cousin is a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, listen, bitch, because he tried to come down on you about your social media presence.
Right.
And said to you, trying to be very
funny.
Not condescending.
Yeah.
About, get on your lives and sell your
book.
book.
Have a live to do or a book
and you be like,
sell.
sweetie, those live videos, bitch, you'll never see the money that I see, daughter.
Right.
Get to work, honey. How dare you judge me from your fucking cubicle?
Don't be mad with me because you got to leave your house.
Bitch.
But yeah, he did.
Because this is the thing. I'm not angry at anyone that gets up and goes to work every day. I don't have anything to say about it. That's just not my ministry.
Right. Mine either.
It's not mine.
I've always known that would
Because
not
when
be
it was
story.
my ministry, I knew I wanted to leave that.
Yes.
That's not the gospel that I wanted to preach.
Right. I was always daydreaming about the day that I would be able to just live fully as a writer, like a full-time writer. And not even just as a writer, but just in entertainment, period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just never really saw myself retiring from a company after working 25 years. And again, there is nothing wrong with that. I admire people who do that and have that kind of discipline, and it makes the world go around.
But
I
those
just knew that wasn't
a
me.
lot of those people look down on people like us that are
Exactly.
social media
Exactly.
presences and social influencers and things like this. People make millions of dollars now.
Yeah.
There's people on YouTube right now
Yes.
that turn down television deals like, bitch, I'm not doing that.
Yes, Issa Rae for one. She made her mark with that awkward black girl series on YouTube before she got picked up by HBO. They courted her because she created this, this huge fan base, this huge following.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole Kavanaugh thing, to me, is just a demonstration that even a white woman's word doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That white men just have to be at the forefront. They have to be in control. They have to be in power. So despite white men, so even though they know that there was something going on between this man and her, but at the bottom line is, yeah, they're right. But here's what I realized: they know that they can't. We're gonna let him rustle the bag.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But they know that they can't pull him up and say, okay, FBI, go ahead and investigate Kavanaugh and let's see what's going on. Because if they investigate him, they're going to have to go through the entire Senate, the entire Congress, and get all of them motherfuckers, because there are so many tax dollars that are spent paying off women that have accused people who work in government.
Craig,
So they're not going to do that.
this ain't our country.
Right. So...
We live here.
Right. So I'm not shocked by that. So, I mean, we can talk about it just because it was so
We
big,
pay a
but-
few bills here,
Yeah.
but this ain't ours.
Right.
Don't never get it twisted.
We paid a few bills and we built it.
Yeah, we built
Now, we may put it together, but it ain't ours.
Right. And this is their way of saying, fuck you. We own this too. This is ours. And yeah. So I did want to talk about that.
But we do have to make sure that we still get out and vote because it is important.
Absolutely.
Very important.
It is important.
Absolutely.
Very important.
I actually just posted something on my social media too, showing all of the states and the last day that you can actually register to vote. So like you really need to be sure that you make the deadline. And what I've been saying too on my page is if you have a person living in your home that's voting age, like an 18-year-old, 19,
Like
20,
Chi-Chi that's living in
correct.
the home. Okay.
He needs to be registered to vote. And if he can't register his ass to vote, then he need to move out your goddamn house. If he don't do nothing else, he need to be registered to vote. That's for everybody listening.
Let me tell you something. My daughter lives with me, and my daughter been living with me since before I even knew you. How dare you try to kick Chi-Chi out?
Is he registered to vote?
I'm really not sure.
Chi-Chi!
Honey, she's a convicted felon.
Well, in some instances, you can still vote now. They've
Abolished that?
Yeah,
That's
they've
going
abolished a lot
away.
of
That's
that.
going away.
Yeah. So depending on what it is, you have to really look into it because you can still vote. Forgive us for chewing and eating.
We're enjoying lunch, bruncher.
I have a banana pudding waffle,
Mm.
but I just massacred a piece of
I'm
fried
having some fried
catfish.
chicken that I fried last night
On Bitch Let's Dish.
on Bitch Like Dish. Shrimp and grits with lots of concoction in it, which is really tasty. This came from Nana's, Chicken and Waffle
Baby,
Nana's.
black owned.
Yes. People say a lot of things about me, Craig. But even though I have problems with lots of things, I support black-owned
Yeah, you do.
and operated, and I also support LBGT.
You do.
And I have to say this, and it's going to sound very fucked up, but I don't give a damn.
Go ahead and say it.
They're the first to throw me up under the bus.
Yeah.
The first that meet me on the line of, oh, girl, you don't do this, and you because they don't see it for you. So it's not crabs in the barrel. It's that they don't see it. They see what you do, but they don't see it. You doing it, like even you with your cousin. They don't see you doing it. Like, oh, girl, no, not her. But then when they see that you have a powerful impact, then it becomes, oh, girl, it's just lots of things.
Girl, this fried lobster tail.
It's ridiculous. I'm like trying to fix myself.
Girl, don't look over here at my lobster tail.
I bought it, so I should be able to have a piece of it. What the fuck you be?
You said you didn't eat lobster tail like that.
It don't matter, but I still bought it.
You said it was too rich for your blood.
It is. However, y'all are tempting me with the smacks and tastes. Just break me a corner. Craig, that's the way you... You use lots of teeth. I'm retracting my invitation.
You want a piece of this?
I do.
It's tasty.
A piece of what exactly?
Of
The
this
other stuff,
sausage.
child, he done already offered me that, child. I thoroughly declined.
Girl, you've been trying to put some of that transmission fluid since I met you.
No, girl, honey, don't act like you ain't like transmission fluid. You have much dragon blood, don't you, girl? Oh.
Is she seasoned?
Oh, she's seasoned and right.
She's seasoned nicely.
Or that's why she was $93 today.
So,
The girls roll my credit card out, but I have a trick for them this week.
but some of the other things that I wanted to talk about, I definitely want to talk about the Braxton family values with Iyanla.
Oh, here we go, because the last time Dani was here,
Tamar jumped the gun. Tamar jumped the gun and went on her social media and started attacking. And it was unwarranted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just want...
that lobster tail is right.
it really is. I can't even get my thought out.
That lobster tail right, bitch.
But-
a bitch will roll back over there and pick her one up.
Listen, this lobster tail is... Yeah.
You know they close at 4, girl.
Well, girl, you got 20 minutes.
Girl, because you know you like to eat after I've already brought a good breakfast and spent like $40, because you know that's usually my limit with y'all. But breakfast is $40. I'm over here spending $193 and things.
Girl, now it's $193.
Right, it was 94.
Girl, it went from 94 to 193.
It did in my spirit.
Oh. But are you guys ready for the Orlando show? I'm gonna take a little segue right here. October 15th, we're gonna be in Orlando. The tickets are on sale.
Correct. Right
It's-
now.
Funky Dineva, Jessie Wu,
Jeffrey Wu.
and T.S. Madison.
And the doll herself.
The
Every
doll.
single one of the TS.
The tickets are available on eventbrite.com.
Yeah, actually, what we're going to do right now, since we have a mouthful of cocks, we're going to go ahead and roll
What?
cocks. We're going to go ahead and roll that commercial.
Oh.
Roll the commercial, Craig. Is you live? Is you live, whore? Whores, are you live? Oh, yes, honey. It is that time, baby. The Queen's Supreme Court will be loud, live, and always and forever in color in Orlando, Florida. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The doll is bringing deceit to your city. Bitch, Funky Dineva and Jessie Wu will be my guest Supreme Court judges. Ladies, jurors, gentlemen, get up, start what you're doing right now, and get over there and get your tickets at www.eventbrite.com. That's www.eventbrite.com, and look for the Queen's Supreme Court live show in Orlando. Don't meet me there, bitch. Beat me there. Craig, you know what, bitch?
What?
You know what? We just can't do it like that for motherfucking
Orlando,
bitch, because this is the month of the Libra.
Yeah.
And I am the Queen Libra, bitch. Fuck Kim Kardashian. Speaking of, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Did you hear that her and Kanye is supposed to be getting some type of divorce?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about something else. No, I didn't hear about that. I heard.
But
About the divorce, I heard.
yeah, I heard they were supposed to be getting, but now it's just all hearsay. This is allegedly,
Right.
which you'll be able to pick those T-shirts up very soon. We just did some nice things.
Right. Oh.
Oh, did you show Craig?
That'll be nice.
Adrian, when you get an opportunity to show Craig, show Craig. But by me speaking of, this is the month of the Libra, which is October, and you know I don't know about those September Libras. I love them, but I don't really know much about them. I just know that they're
Well, girl, I'm
slightly.
a Taurus. So.
Oh, yeah. No one does it like.
The Taurus.
Is that like a bull?
Yes.
No one does it like the bull. You're an Aries, like Miss
He
Mary.
likes to get rammed.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's be clear here.
He's a millennial, right?
I am. Oh God, let's not talk about the millennials don't really get into podcasting and things of that nature, honey. They're all Jesus. Yeah. Oh, child. Who is bottled water? Ladies and gentlemen, we will be loud, live, and in color in Baltimore, Maryland, Craig's hometown.
What?
Craig's hometown.
Is you live? Is you live, whore? Whores, are you live? Baby, I hope you are, because October 22nd, the Queen's Supreme Court will be in Baltimore, Maryland. And that's right. Honey, it's my birthday, and I will be celebrating it right with you guys in Baltimore, Maryland. The bitch is bringing the seat to Baltimore. Oh yes, I will be accompanied by my guest judges, Lonnie B and Chrissy McDaniel. Now listen, these tickets is gonna sell out fast, so you bitches better get them now. Get over there to www.eventbrite.com and look for the Queen's Supreme Court live in Baltimore. That's the Queen's Supreme Court live in Baltimore, Maryland, bitch. And listen, don't meet me there, honey. Beat me there. Oh, yes.
That's right, honey. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your motherfucking tickets. Yeah. Like, let me tell you something. I just want to take this opportunity and this time to thank all of my wonderful fans that support me and the people that support the show. And I just want to thank you, because this has been a very rocky journey, and I'm not afraid of it. It's just been bumpier than that dick I saw a long time ago. I ran from that, though. I'm not running from this.
Right. But that's the thing about being an entrepreneur, though. You know what I'm saying?
People don't get it.
People don't get it, and not everybody has the cojones or the
tenacity.
right, the stick-to-itiveness
Yes.
to even do it. The ebbs and flows of it.
The elasticity.
Right. Some people.
To be stretched.
Yes.
To capacity and fall down.
Yeah. And in front of everybody.
And then it's not just regular for me. This is public, Craig.
Right.
This public for me, like, you know, and I'm not gonna get over into it and stuff like that, because, you know, people be like, oh, let things go. I've let things go, but this is my story. Don't tell me to let shit go when this is a part of my story. This is a part of my journey. You might get tired of looking at it, bitch, but I gotta live this shit every fucking day. I got to get up every motherfucking day with that. And bitch, as long as I'm still continuously doing this stuff for the people that I really defend, you know, because I hear people tell me, oh, the views have changed. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Right.
I don't give a damn. I do this shit for my fans. The fans.
And somebody is obviously watching.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying?
the right. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me say this.
Right.
The right people are watching, and you know when all is revealed, like was revealed to Apocalypse in X-Men. When he said all is revealed after the Phoenix came through and blew his.
You didn't even use all your custard for your banana.
Oh my God, that's what that is?
Yes.
I'll use it later, Craig.
What you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna wrap it around your Baltimore penis, and I'm gonna.
Niece. I'm almost spoken for. Okay.
Girl, you let that LTR. That boy is. Girl, you let that motherfucking LTR situation you in fool you, girl.
LTR.
Bitch.
Then when you
Listen,
said, what does Madison mean when she says LTR?
that means long-term relationship.
Right.
First of all, I can tell by Adrian's expression.
What about it? What about his expression? So listen. Here are the other things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted us to talk about the Braxton family values, because Iyanla had got Tamar right together. And Tamar was very resistant, but then her mom, Miss E, like stepped in. Like when Miss E started talking, everybody, I mean Tony Braxton even like shook for a moment.
But that's their mother.
Yeah, but it just lets you know that. For me, it's just like women just have that kind of power. Like if they really just exert that power, women really do have that kind of power.
Yes, we do, Craig. And being that you're an honorary woman, you have it too.
You dagger. So.
I need to quench my thirst.
She got to make all this noise. So now, what do you think about the? Did you want to kind of show? I thought it was kind of funny, that little K. Michelle video where the woman was up on her porch.
Yeah, it was funny. You know, it's been like a lot of stuff been going around about it, like and people have been, you know. But what the
fuck was that girl?
What was she doing? Like, right? I was like, is she?
doing
But she was on like a golf cart.
Yeah, like
So
that-
I was thinking she
she's in
worked.
the neighborhood.
She
Yeah.
worked over there or lived over there or something.
I was thinking she lived there. Maybe
You
she
know,
was
K.
selling
Michelle
apartments
blocked
or
me.
something.
I know. That's why I was trying to figure out if you wanted to even talk about
I
it.
ain't got no problem with K. I don't have no problem with none
Why
of them.
she block you?
Well, I did read her for filth once.
For what?
Well, because, you know, she was like every time that she got into it with a man,
Oh, she was
she do
one
the
of
thing
those
that
girls
she do the thing that they do.
Right.
And I mean they do. So if anybody understands what they do, I'm talking about you.
Right.
She does the things that
Yeah.
they do, and that's what, because even my former person, she did the same thing. They do that. That's what they do. So you know, and it always makes me, you know, it always sends me back to the understanding that
Right.
is
Right.
that's how they feel. Those people, those particular people, that's the way they really feel. You know what I'm saying? Just like that's just like if I went on a tangent about white people.
At your core, that's obviously what you
And then
feel and believe.
I say, well, I got white friends, but that's how I really feel because it shouldn't take an incident or a situation to for it to begin to become that nasty. Even with white people, when they start using the N-word, like, you know, viciously slinging out the N-word, that's how they really feel. You really feel that way. You just have to suppress that because, honey, you want to keep your job, you want to keep
It's
good
politically
face,
correct.
it's politically correct, but deep down, you bitch, this how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, when I read a motherfucking bitch, and I don't just particularly go for slurs all the time. I might go for the way you look or who you are.
Yeah.
You know, I might use a slur here and there, but I'm not gonna. That's not gonna be my continual way of like digging into, clawing in your back.
Clawing.
I'm not gonna claw you out like that. You know.
All right.
But she blocked me. But I mean, I'll touch the story because I don't really got no problem with her. I mean,
Right. Okay.
I think the lady can. I think she got nice gowns, good gowns,
Beautiful gown.
beautiful gowns.
Okay.
Talent.
Oh, we still talking about her?
She's
She's talented.
I like her.
talent.
Talented.
I used to follow her. I unfollowed her though because
Well,
I just
after
got
I
tired
never
of the
followed.
rants.
That's why when I went to, you know, I
Went to look at her page.
no, I didn't go to look at her page. They had tagged me in something with her,
And you couldn't see it.
and when I clicked, you know, I was blocked. I said, "Oh, girl, I don't even really, you know." I don't really follow any of that stuff. You know, I just see the things that comes out. And you know, and listen, here's something that I want to say that we said in the car earlier today, Craig. People have to be okay with people not liking you.
Yeah.
You have to be okay with people not subscribing to what's normal to you. You have to be okay with that. You know what secures you being okay with that? You have to understand that this is the world you live in is not yours.
Right.
And it belongs to us collectively. Yes, we want people to respect us. Yes, we demand respect. Yes, we walk out, we advocate for respect. Yes, these are the things that we do. Everybody's not gonna, they're
Right.
not going to adhere to the
Right.
rules. The rules is to respect everyone. Everyone's not going to adhere to the rules. And those people that do not follow the rules or adhere to the rules, you don't fall in those
Right.
circles.
Stop trying to convince them to be okay with everybody and
'Cause
everything.
You're not,
yeah.
like when their minds are made up, just like there are people out there that are not going to subscribe to respecting me and calling me she or her. I just don't have conversations with those people. It's that simple for
Right.
me.
Instead of trying to proselytize them, trying to get them to change the way that they
Yeah,
think. Like,
it's just that simple.
Yeah.
It's that, and I really believe that comes along with, you know, growing. Like, girl, they just not gonna do it, so
Right.
don't go in there. It's just like trying to go in a club where they don't want the faggies.
the what?
Faggies. The fags.
Right. You know that is such a DC, Baltimore way of saying a faggot. Of course, that's not a proper way to say
That
it.
is
but-
inappropriate.
Right. It's inappropriate. But you know, growing up, it was, oh, you faggy.
Yeah, because they were trying not to say it with such aggression. Because you know, you faggots would still get fucked by one of those boys that's saying it, and even us faggots would still get the dick. Bitch, even Tim was getting dick down by the nigga tongue kissing her, calling her Tim and she at the same time, long dicking her from the front, back, and side. and swallowing her meat
Oh.
upon demand.
Wait, do that again?
I was like, babe.
I fucking hate you.
You know, it's very damn, Tim. Tim. Your titties so big. Oh, put my whole titties in their mouth. Tim, I really, man.
How old were you when you got your titties?
I think I was 20. I started.
And you got them in Miami?
I started like this is all pumped. Like this is why they look natural.
Oh, so those aren't.
This is pumped.
Oh, so that's not
It's not in the
implants.
bag. No.
Oh.
That's why it looks very, very. The cleavage falls like that, and that's why people are so flabbergasted.
hurt?
Yes, it did. That's why people are so flabbergasted by the way. When
I always thought that they were.
those videos always go viral when they see me bouncing the titty hoop.
Right.
Like it go no matter what setting I'm in. Where I've seen so many memes, pictures, photographs of myself bouncing my breasts.
Mm-hmm.
And because people know like that's a trans person. She's a trans. And I've said this before. We all love talking.
We really are.
It doesn't matter.
But it's
this is
okay.
what we
Right.
wanna
Right.
do. I've said this before, bitch, because I used to wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going viral since I hit the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the way of all trans.
Right.
This is why I'm so visibly known.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches can sit around there and try to act like, who is that? Bitch, you know, you remember that meme? You remember that video that we were all in a group and 15 of us were in the group?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that photograph? Remember that story? Remember that?
Right.
I'm always, people don't like to give me my jest, and it's okay. Because we Libras always feel like that we're unjustly done.
Right.
And people don't like to do that. But we can't negate from the facts, honey. We can't.
So when you got them pumped, did you have to get them pumped one time?
Child, I started at 20. I was taking hormones. That's why my nipple is big and black. You know, that the areola is big like that. And you know, this is straight injected in me.
Okay.
And that's why the cleavage is very natural like that, like very natural cleavage. And that shit drives them, because I get women writing me, which bra do you use?
Right.
And then I see, I'm going to say something very disrespectful, but it's to correlate. Am I just saying
Correlate.
That? Correlate, bitch, with the conversation. That's
said,
Dineva
yeah,
texting.
he said 5:15.
Okay. When I see them writing up on the post about me, it's like, how he got his titties like that? His titties so big. Ooh, his titties look like real titties. I don't respond to any of those things unless they're on my page. Because I always see me somewhere in circulation on other things, other pages, other big platforms or whatever. I always see me because somebody gonna tag me because my Maddie Mob don't fuck off. My Maddie Mob be over there frying them hoes like that motherfucking fishtail that we had just a few minutes ago. Sauteing and frying. So I've seen a lot of that or whatever, and I think that they're always captivated by them knowing that I was born and assigned male at birth.
Well, it's kind of almost like with a gay man. It's like I've had women say to me, "Oh, I always knew you were gay." Well, girl, I wasn't trying to hide it. Like you don't get some sort of a discovery for that.
But you know, Adrian, I love you, baby, but you can't hide it. That ass so big. I know somebody in Roundhouse in there. But
Child, he just got her from California.
child, ain't really no dick out there.
He got some man out there, child. They were all on his Instagram story.
It ain't really no dick out there. I go out to California all the time, girl. I love California, but I love it for the television stuff that I go do. TV, digital things that I do.
Adrian.
Excuse me. It's just really not.
Adrian, he was fucking you in California, niece?
Yes, honey. It's very, very good.
Is he actually from California?
He's from DC.
Right. Right. You know. California I love California. I do. And one day I might live on that side. Quote me.
I told you I could go back there.
I might live there.
But I mean, I wouldn't want to live there full time, though. I've always said that.
Yeah, I can't live there full time. I can't live in New York. I can live in Atlanta full time.
Yeah.
Because I'm at peace here. Just like we went out to the gentleman's. Oh, girl, let's talk about the gentleman's ball.
I was wondering if you were going to talk. You mean on the show tonight, or you just mean right now?
Right now.
Okay.
We went out to the gentleman's ball. You know,
I cannot believe you didn't know that was me announcing the show.
Craig, I was so. Listen, people. Listen, I'm going to go back to being narcissistic just for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
People can say whatever the fuck they want to say. When I came down that escalator.
I mean, you came down what, girl?
The escalator. It began.
What began, girl?
Honey, the photographs, the grabbing, the pulling, the tugging.
They came running towards you like Michael Jackson did.
They do that. Craig, don't act like you haven't witnessed that.
Girl, they came running at you, girl, like you were Beyonce, girl.
I can see if you knew if I was sitting there telling a lie and you hadn't witnessed that. So let's not do that, nigga. Let's not give that cubicle girl out there the power to think, honey, that we're equivalent, bitch, in presence.
Listen, people, this is the shit I got to deal with this fool. Oh my God. But no, like now, okay, now we're gonna have a real conversation for real about the gentleman's ball because I have said I feel like they should have honored me at some point as well. Because for those of you who may not know, the gentleman's ball, it's an award show. It's a benefit. It's a sorry, we're talking about food again. It's a benefit show. It's an event ceremony. It's a dinner. It's a sit down dinner. It's a fundraiser, and it's an award show.
Speaking of that red velvet cake was the one. And I don't even like red velvet cake.
Right.
Yeah, but that red velvet cake was the one, bitch.
But they honor gay LGBTQ people that are doing things in media and just in the community. And
yeah, but they haven't. It's been going on for years, and I haven't been.
I haven't been honored. You haven't been honored.
And I'm not gonna say I don't feel some kind of way, but because
Right.
I'm like, girl, a girl may jump up, honey, and she might get a role on a television place, and then all of a sudden she's done,
Right.
And this is what makes me very standoffish in my community. I'm just gonna go on and talk about it.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that makes me very standoffish because once again. We can't take away the power of my visibility.
Right.
Because when I came off that elevator, it was stars there and all that began to be like, oh my God, she's here.
Right.
Let's just be clear.
Right. What they say, girl?
Oh my God, she's here.
Who was here?
She.
Who is she?
The TS.
Who, girl?
The TS.
I can't take
Because Craig, I've made
Right,
someone.
no, I feel you.
I've made someone laugh.
Right.
I've brightened someone's day.
Right.
I've said something inspirational to somebody. I've
People have broken down crying.
You've seen that with your eyes.
know.
I've been with my mother, and me and my mother have lived a public life in front of people, so that it helps them get a better relationship with their children. My mother is a devout Christian. Do you know how being a transgender woman and a homosexual and public as I am and an adult film star?
Right.
Do you know how pressing
challenging that was for her to
challenging
overcome
that
that,
is in her faith?
Yeah. But the thing that she said to me, and this always stands out for me, is she said, she kept trying to figure out, she kept praying to God and kept saying, why my child, change my child. And finally, what she heard God say, or what she heard her conscience say was, instead of trying to change him, go ahead and love your child.
And love her.
And love her.
That's just because it's at this point, it's between me and God now. So,
and I believe that sometimes God gives you things to work on whatever it is
it
need
you?
to work on. Yeah.
And this is why I tell those people out there that are homophobic and transphobic, watch it, your kids are next.
Right.
Excuse me, let me say this loud
Say
to the
it
choir.
again.
Watch it, bitch, your kids are next. Or your grandchildren. You may not see. You got to be mindful of that shit you do, because you might see that. You might see what you're doing now as this and the other, but bitch, you might meet that again, and you might have to face that experience, bitch, from one of your loved ones, and you might have to see like, oh my God, all this time I was the oppressor, and now my own is being oppressed.
And your loved one is watching you say those things, and so it's making it more difficult for them to live their own life. You know what I'm saying? To come
that's
to
what
you.
I dealt with growing up.
Yeah, and then-
how my family would talk
Yeah.
about gay people and trans people, and I'm like, well, bitch, I had nothing to say to you.
Right.
Because they didn't know, but they knew. Maybe they knew, maybe they didn't. But
Because I think sometimes
heard
they
them.
know, and
But
they're just trying to
we
say it.
still hear what they say, and then
Right.
you see the way they look at people,
Right.
you see them go by, and little gestures, and that stuff.
Baby, my daddy freely used the fag. Freely. And then he was blessed with a superstar fag aunt. Queen Faye.
Right.
So, but back to what I was saying, like, I mean, you cannot take that away. And it's a different type of star. There's a different type of star that I am. I may not be the television star, but I'm the star of the people. And that's really where it matters, because these people that the honor that's on television is doing this, they play a character on TV. The people really don't know them. The people feel that they know me. I fell down in front of the people. I've gotten up in front of the people. I've been whipped in front of the people. I've transitioned in different states of my life in front of the people. I've been online crying. People have seen me cry because I don't give a bitch. If it happens right there in the moment, and I'm kind of funny about what type of picture comes out when we some places I am kind of, but I'm really not over on it, like, because it is what it is. If I got a bump on my face, if I'm broken out, bitch, if I have a shaving rash, beard stubble from missing laser treatments for a while.
This bitch, when we would get out the car today, you said, I know what I got on my face. I said, what's on your face?
A beard. A mustache. It's a light one. It's not like let's be clear, Craig. Don't do that. No, we're not gonna do that for these people out here, girl. We'll do that. Now listen, I can't walk outside, bitch, with no.
But that was the thing when she said it. She said, "Well, shit, that woman sitting right there got one too."
Yeah, because we saw it.
And then great aunties.
I told Miss Mary that she was a man, honey, because I've watched Miss Mary get up there in the mirror and shave.
This is Keon calling about our hotels for travel.
We'll have to speak to Keon in a moment. Tell Keon that we'll have to communicate. Keon, we're doing a live podcast right now, my love. We will communicate with you in about 10 minutes.
Yes, Keon, did you get that?
We love you.
Yes. He's still talking. Okay. All right.
Lord.
Okay.
We'll ladies and
All
gentlemen,
right,
we'll
thanks.
wait for Craig and Keon.
Look, we're trying to work out travel for the live Queen Supreme Court show. We have travel and accommodations and things we got to take care of.
Yeah. All right.
So, okay, so what else is on the docket? Because we have completely...
Well, we should, because Dineva got to come, Dineva.
But the Pooch Hall thing, I was telling you about that. He was the star on the show, The Game.
I'm going to have to watch this
Yeah,
stuff.
he got pulled over for a DUI.
Where are the funny stuff that we are talking? I don't want to have don't make this a serious show all the time. This
Girl, everything ain't funny. What's going to be funny is you and Dineva and your commentary on it.
Because it's not a lot of.
It's not a lot of funny shit.
And I'm like,
Well, what's going on? So there's nothing going on. Like, you know how we usually get those things where a woman runs over a leg because it was out in the street.
To find some of those.
Like, I need to find. We all know what's going on in the world. There are days I just want to laugh, and this is one of those days. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, Craig, and I got to put a lot of this energy into this show, this traveling show, girl. We've added DC to the roster.
Christmas Eve in Atlanta.
We've added Atlanta. We're adding New Orleans. We're adding Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're adding Durham is coming. Oh man, So I mean, I just want to. We need to travel around and spread laughs and fun. Probably escape a little bit from the world. Let us have an hour of escape from what's going on.
Let's see if we can find some viral videos.
Yes, let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back once Dineva gets here. We're already 38 minutes in. If you're sitting here and you're 39 minutes in,
right,
we're going to pause the podcast right here, and then we're going to come back with Funky Dineva, and then we're going to do the show tonight. Well, tonight you won't hear it. You'll watch it
By
tonight.
the time you hear this, the show would have happened.
It would have already transpired. The blood transfusion would have already went through. You got it, girl. Hi, guys. We're back. Dineva's here. Fuck all that. Dineva, hi. Bitch, you done been here 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row. Hallelujah. We rolling.
Yes, this is the pre-show.
I just did.
Girl, I didn't. Ain't nobody had counted me in or nothing. I'm just sitting up here eating my.
But
Zaxby's
Dineva,
on
listen.
Instagram.
I did a slight look. I didn't even do a read. I did a slight spanking on all my kids. And I just had to keep moving. I didn't whoop them too hard.
Okay.
I just had to let them know mama's back is broke over here.
Okay.
You know, mama's back is broke.
I get it. For now.
Just don't complain.
And Yana Van Zandt said, "Don't say that you're broke. Say you're."
I said, "Mama's back."
Say you're temporarily out of cash.
I said, "Mama's back is broke." Because I'm out here slaving hard.
Working honest, but it pays the
It
bills.
pays the
honey.
bill. Sometimes it pays other folks' bill and not your own.
to
Right?
being a
Can I
boss.
get an amen in this motherfucker?
Welcome to being
Oh
a boss.
no, they don't. I can't get an amen because they ain't paying nothing but their own bills.
Okay, what you just said.
So I'm on an entire book tour, so don't even try it. Okay?
I know you're on a book tour, daughter.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
know.
trying to act like
Hold on. I know that you're on a book tour.
Girl, y'all, the shade is thick in his kitchen, honey.
right.
I know
She
that.
acts like she the only one paying out money to things and services. And
I know that you're on an book tour. You know what? You know what I've learned in life? Lots of things that word of mouth can do that money can't.
oh God! Let me out my front door. Where my bag? I need the cord for this.
Nessa
So
girl,
Dineva, go ahead.
they down here cutting up. I just want some peace and quiet because my feet still hurt from the gentleman's ball.
But listen, but let me tell you something. No, honest to God, I want to say this out loud. My team that I fuck with, I love them down. And bitch, if
You got an awesome team.
I love them down. Like they are really professional. They step in for mamas. Let me tell you something. They step in for mamas on the strength of just because. You feel me? And I make sure, and I will make sure that once we done hit that peak, and they know it.
Everybody taken care of.
They know it. I don't add nobody in the circle. The POENKs that y'all see on the video is the same POENKs that y'all gonna see on the videos all the way down the line and the TV screen.
The PONK.
Punks, bitch. You gotta be from South Florida, baby, to know what a punk is. Now I'm punk.
Yes, from makeup artists on all the way down. You get what I'm saying? This is what it is. I just really believe. I just feel like that, you know. And we were talking earlier today. We weren't back.
I'm plugging in the thing.
Craig over here bending over in front of me, knowing he trying to give me some. He trying to give me.
I'm trying to plug in.
Trying to give me that milky yak, girl. Trying to give me that milky yak, bitch. But you know what we were talking about, the gentleman's ball, and we had a good time, and we were talking about the way that they do the honorees or whatever, and we're not reading them. We did not read them at all. We just voiced opinions of, like, you know, sometimes, you know, maybe, and and you know what, to be honest with you, to play devil's advocate, maybe, you know, maybe people, I ain't playing devil's advocate, girl.
Go ahead.
Honor the girls, honey.
Right.
Honor all the girls. It's hard being visible here out here in these streets. Not even, you know, people have a situations with us us as social media they don't like to respect our stardom as social media stars. They don't really like to respect
But when
that.
they want something advertised, you the first.
Because they know
person
they know the power, and we're not reading the gentleman because we're not targeting the gentleman's ball. We're just saying this in general, in general things, like, because they're not the only foundation that that caters to LBGT and TV LBGT and things of that nature, and and maybe Dineva, sometimes we don't do enough in our community. Maybe we don't. Because I just got backlash last week because, remember, Craig, we had on the docket last week about the Nike situation where they talked about the they and them, the proper pronouns on how, and I jokingly, said.
You were explaining it.
I was explaining it, and then I said, okay, next case. Because I personally, for me, I didn't feel like that was the time for me to tackle that, in a funny environment, because that's not something that you joke about. Yeah, we brought attention to it, and yes, I am on their side, in the battle against Nike for firing them for not wanting to use the proper pronouns. Yes, I'm on that battlefield for that, but I can't convey that over in the setting of we're talking about, we're poking fun at a lot of shit that's going. You don't poke fun at stuff like that when it comes down to gender identity, because we're living in serious times. And you said something earlier before we got into the little bicker that we were just in earlier. You said. No, was that you, Dineva? We were talking about because we talked about we're adding Bette Midler to the docket because Bette Midler had made the statement. Envy, what was the statement? Give me the direct statement.
Something along the lines of women are the new N-word in this country.
Yeah, that's it.
Was it just women in general, or was it
Women,
It was
women.
women.
Women are the N-word of the world. Raped, beaten, enslaved, married off, worked like dumb animals, denied education and inheritance.
I understood exactly what she was saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
She had a
She did.
she had a point.
She was-
But like I mentioned, it's just in this racial climate, people are just super sensitive to everything. The minute you say black, what you said. The minute you say nigga, what you said.
The minute you say
know what I'm saying?
fag,
You know
what you said.
And it's like, it's just, had this been pre-Trump, I think her quote would have went over without a hitch. Folks would have been cool, but because everybody is just so super sensitive and quite frankly looking for a fight, we're at a point now everybody looking for a reason to fight and start using their thumbs on social media that, it didn't go over well. And unfortunately, that's one of the things just being white that you don't understand. She didn't mean no harm. She didn't mean a lick of harm at all.
But we still gotta let her know, bitch, that you know what I'm saying. She's a.
Does it bother you?
It don't
doesn't
bother me, but
because
you
I'm
gotta-
smart enough to understand.
But we
what she
smart
meant.
enough to understand we are smart enough to understand what she meant. But people only see what they want to see, and they interpret it away.
And I don't think that.
But we got to let that bitch know. Listen,
But what are we letting her
you
know?
you a cousin, girl. You can't freely use that name because bitch, you a friend to the family, and we'll take you out there in the street at the picnic and whoop your ass, girl.
But
Now
it's also worth mentioning now, she did not come up with that quote. She just simply reposted something that I believe Eleanor Roosevelt said many, many years ago. I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what we're letting her know.
I'm just letting her know, bitch, be careful. I love you, Bette Midler, and we loved you with Hocus and Pocus and bitch and putting a spell on you, but bitch, we will put your ass in that incinerator and fry you as black folks, bitch, and send your ass up and through that chimney like you and the other 3 white bitches that you was on the damn show with before.
I ain't have a problem. I think if people shut the hell up and read it for what it is and get out their damn feelings the minute they hear the N-word, that they could actually appreciate.
But
what she was
doesn't
saying.
even, honest to God, I didn't have a problem with it either because I understood it. But I'm just, for those colors out there that had a problem with the situation, I understood you having a problem because y'all colors say that bitch is, she is just a friend to the family. We was only letting her come to the picnic and we accepted that motherfucking potato salad with them raisins and apples in it. Bitch, we was really throwing it away, but bitch, we was letting you come.
So if Whoopi Goldberg would have said it, is the problem that she's white and she
Yes.
said it, or is the problem
That is-
that comparing women to black people?
It's the problem that she's white and she said it.
Okay.
Let's call a thing a
I
thing.
agree.
Okay.
We're gonna call a thing a thing. She's white, and she said it. So what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna add that to the doc. We need to put that somewhere somewhere at the top because we want to go ahead and knock that out of the way and get people already. Because bitch, we start saying black and white, the people are already in their feelings. Oh, it's gonna be divided. But like you said, people that are educated enough, and that education doesn't have anything to do with college, but educated enough
Critical thinkers.
Yeah.
to understand where and in what context she was speaking of
See,
that.
and that's my thing. I'm all about context. I'm all about context. I get it. But moving right along,
What else you got, Craig?
I want to give a shout out to Zaxby's because, bitch, this Zaxby plate is off the motherfucking chain.
Bitch, you was over there going, saying, not even one thing about it, you don't even eat heavy like that. Bitch, I'm a heavy eater, bitch. And you over there out eating me, and that's hard to do.
Baby, this Zaxby plate is everything.
Yeah.
Well, I know you wanted to kind of gloss over this whole Kavanaugh thing being confirmed.
Well, let's. I want to get done just small bits before. Don't bring heavy as you would bring it to the show, But because we're gonna joke about it in the show, but we could talk a little heavier.
So let me ask you that because I know Madison may not want to do it, but what about Laquan McDonald? The little boy that was killed in Chicago, the little black boy, the cop that shot him like 15 times was given. He was the first. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the first cop that's been convicted. He was just convicted. He was given 15 years. So I think we can kind of gloss past that and kind of keep going.
Yeah.
And then be done with all of the political stuff.
But I think that definitely is worth mentioning.
Mm-hmm. But then I had the Braxton family value in here.
We got to do that. We got to talk about Tamar and Yana now.
Yeah, we do. Now, Dineva, let's say this because the last time you were here, I had to go on defending myself, and I'd like to publicly address this while we're here on the podcast.
Okay.
Now, one thing I have to give you, Funky Dineva, you are quick-witted. You have a very fast tongue. It is deadly. And for me, I got backlash stating that I was like trying to clout chase with Tamar, and I didn't have your back as a friend in the situation, and that was not the case. So we're going to talk, since we talked about context, let's talk about context again. In the matter of that situation, you and I both work out here in the media, social media, television media. We both work out here in the media, and we know, both of us know that we can go to the line, but we can't jump over it. You know what I'm saying? Now, in that situation, you did not say anything, and Tamar did jump off the back short, whatever. She jumped off the pier, long or short, and without knowing what was ahead of her at first. When I sat there and I looked at dumbfounded, because you're my friend, and I like her, and she and I are cool, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? And you and I've been knowing you longer than I've known her, but I consider us, friends. We come to each other's house, whatever, So with that being said, when she came on, my mood changed because I felt like that. Now because I know you have a history of, you and her have a kind of rocky history. So with me, it's just like, now I'm sitting here and this is my two friends in it. And I'm like, this is not what I wanted to happen on the after show. Then she was like, what did your friend say?
Your ashy friend.
Yeah, I tried to leave that out. She said, what did your ashy friend say? And I was like, what? And then you tapped me on the back. He's like, bitch, tell her that I ain't say nothing. And I was like, oh my God. I said, I need to go back and watch the video because I needed to know, did I laugh in the
And see, I wasn't here because I had left.
Yeah.
But I knew he hadn't said anything about
I understand that, Craig, but we had been drinking majority of the night.
I know.
Girl, we was drinking and laughing and talking. Like I wasn't remembering exactly all the things that was there on the thing or whatever. But and from what I knew, he didn't say anything about it. But we could have made a joke about something right before we talked about it, or even right after, that could have offended her. You understand? And I'm always gonna play devil's advocate here because I am a Libra, and bitch, this is what we do. And I was like, did I need to know for a fact so I don't make the mistake that she made? I need to know for a fact, because then a bitch will have a video. You was laughing at her when y'all was talking about the race, because Dineva said some shit, bitch. I was hollering. I wasn't laughing, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And my brain like, "Oh my God, did I cackle it off apart?" And not that you said anything about her molestation, but was I insensitive?
Did it look blurred, and it looked like he was laughing at that.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, I totally understand it. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it then, but
your fans was eating me.
But I always tell people all the time, when it comes to media, the truth rarely matters. It's about what it looks like. It's the optics of it all. And I think a lot of people perceived it as, regardless of what the truth was, a lot of people perceived it as...
Is that I left you out there.
I was a guest in your home, on your show, and that she came in there acting up, and they felt that you didn't come to your back as they would have liked.
Yeah.
I didn't personally have a problem because I understood it and I understand you. But it's just about what it looked.
I know, and it did, because when I looked at it,
it did look a little fishy.
Like if I was on the outside looking in, but me knowing like, bitch, this my friend. This my friend. Me and her friends. And then I'm like, Dineva has a quick tongue. I don't know if I fucked up and laughed, but Dineva, come on now.
You laughed when I went out on that Nigerian boyfriend.
I was laughing. It was shit.
But that was funny.
It was.
When you said her ankles and her calves
It was the same size.
Yeah, but
it said she needed a water pill.
But see, all of that was on the after show. We talking about on the show. Like,
no, he said that.
You said it on the show.
About the ankles and the legs.
Oh, he said that on the show. Because remember, I didn't stay for the after.
But see, this
and
is
you
the thing.
wait to see what I got for tonight.
Yeah, I gotta get my stuff together. I gotta pull out some old tricks, bitch, for this tonight. I got to do some old tricks for this.
But it ain't no problem. I mean,
I know,
we discussed, me and you discussed it.
listen, we get money together. We're gonna get long money together. This I fucks with Dineva. You know what I'm saying? And I say this each time that we get together. We've had private talks of you talking to me like, Maddie, you know you shouldn't have did this. You was wrong. Just like you contacted me and you reprimanded me about speaking about my former co-host in that time when I went off, but I had you said, Maddie, I understand you had enough, but girl, let that be the one, and that's it, girl. Let it go. No more. Don't address it no more. Don't look at it no more. Don't you call me about that? Cussing me out, bitch. What the fuck wrong with you doing that shit, bitch?
Giving bullshit energy.
What the fuck? Just like sometimes people say, Dineva be reading Maddie. Dineva read about the basement. I don't take any of that stuff.
We be playing. Bitch, Maddie got a house with a basement, bitch. I'm living in an apartment. So, bitch, I can't fucking read this lady. Bitch, I wish I had a motherfucking basement with my name on it.
But this the thing, Dineva, people don't get that.
Right.
Like, I know what it is. I know where we are, whatever. Just like, you know, so I ain't never said, girl.
Right.
I'm like, bitch, I hollers every time because you have to, it's not a place of malice.
Yeah,
it's never
we having fun.
It's
It's sisterly banter.
Yeah, banter.
Just like when you growing up and you and your sister get into a little thing, you be like, shut your bald headed ass up. You love your sister, but y'all just playing.
That's it. So and I never taken no kind of way. And for me, like I want to go back to
it be them bitter viewers and fans out there that's just always looking for
division
conflict and division. You know, there are some people out there that they can you can have a paragraph worth of speech and they will pick out the two words. You know what I'm saying? They have the least to do with your overall subject matter to try to start some shit.
I'm gonna tell you how I know that to be, and then we're gone because we need to rest before the show. I'm gonna tell you how that rings true for me. Which is gonna go back to something that you and I were talking about earlier when we were talking about being honored, and I said we might not do enough for the LBGT. You and I are LBGT figures, but what I notice about you and I both, we tend to stay away from those issues and things like that because the first people we're still learning. Dineva, I'm 41 years old. You ain't nothing but a whopping 30.
35.
Oh well, shit. But we're still learning because the times are changing, whatever, and we still got to get some of that old stuff out of our system or whatever, or we're just not that it needs to get out of our system, we're still learning. But we have a platform big enough to open up to talk about stuff, you know, and learn at the same time. Like we're not coming as scholars on it, whatever. Because I say this again, you told me, you said, Maddie, when I met you, you made me understand trans stuff totally different. Totally different. And the thing about it is, maybe I'm not in the streets all the time with my fist because I've been eaten alive by my own people, trans and black, devoured because I might have said something in the light of me bringing a big issue to the forefront. I might have said lesbian and trans man in the same sentence, and it's just
Right. They just go off the deep end.
Oh no, you did, bitch.
Right.
You ignorant bitch. You dumb. And I'm like, wait.
Right.
And I honestly, the last time that I really tackled a big issue like that was I had a show that I used to do. It was called Unapologetically You After Dark with T.S. Madison. And the last episode I had were two trans men that were on the show. Two trans men that identified as trans men. But when I first met one of them, he identified as a stud, as a female lesbian. And so when I introduced it, it was not in a malicious way. You know, it was...
What he identifies as.
I said she. I didn't mean to do it. And that's why I jumped away from that they and them and they stuff, because I just didn't feel like that it was that time for me to really break it down and learn in the same retrospect.
And you're right, because it's still a very...
sensitive
unfolding thing. You know, it's funny because we live in a binary world and you're conditioned to boy and girl. Like that's very easy. You can do that without thinking. Very funny story. I called my Delta because I had a credit for my flight to get here, and I'm talking to the man and he's booking my flight. and my deep voice, and he says, okay, what's your sex? And I bust out laughing. I said, you know what? It's a damn shame and it's a blessing that in 2018, with a voice as deep as mine, you have to ask a person,
Because you
what's
don't
your
wanna
sex?
offend.
And
And
it's
that's
like, and, you know,
corporate
and it is.
That's corporate
And I was like,
policy.
because at the end of the day, I mean,
But it
a
wasn't
reasonable
even
person would
that's
assume
corporate.
I am a man.
Yeah.
But there is a possibility that I
Could identify
could
as
something
someone
else.
Yeah, but this.
For that is so that lines don't
Don't
get crossed.
right.
Yeah, but
right.
you know what? I respect, and this is
Yeah.
all I tell people. What we said earlier today, we got to learn that we live in a world now where we have to accept that people are may not subscribe to
Everybody's
what
not
we're
gonna-
subscribed to.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go in that direction. Don't force yourself into that direction. Wise people, when they are in doubt, they ask.
Yeah. And here's my thing too, because I've got some ignorant friends that's been like, all this trans, and this is, I don't give a damn if you was born a boy, I'ma call you a boy. And I always call them one, and I say, what are you losing? Or what is it costing you by simply calling somebody what they want to be called?
Yeah.
Like, why does that buy, you ain't losing no sleep, no money. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to subscribe to it.
Just respect
But if this
it.
person wants to be called whatever, why not just call it?
Just respect
You
it.
rather put up a fight and try to prove all these damn points and spend the next 15 minutes going back and forth when you can just call the person
What
what
it
they
is,
want.
and but you know what? You know what I feel about that, Dineva? Just I feel like the person need not even communicate with you.
Yeah. Because
If
I
you don't
wouldn't.
want to respect me,
I wouldn't.
I'm not gonna
I
communicate.
wouldn't. And see, that's somewhere that we.
Always a tricky subject
Yeah.
because you're giving your name before you are even known who you are.
Yeah.
So when you have your name, I'm given a name from birth. You named me after 3 people that came before me. I ain't like none of them people.
Right.
Why do I have to subscribe to that name if that doesn't suit me?
Right,
I agree.
but this is my thing. The first
agree.
thing, it's also about visual. Because I've had people tell me, "Bitch, you look just like a man." I'm like, "Well, sweetie, if I look just like a man, I feel sorry for your son. I feel sorry for your son, sweetie. Because if your son get titties this big, bitch, you need to go over there and get his hormone balance checked out."
You know, it's still, you know, we're still learning as a society. I mean, it's this shit is new. It's new
is
to me.
new.
I'm a part of the community, and like I told you, and I've told you this in the past. Like you know, when I first moved to Atlanta, you know, trans people scared me, and it was simply because I had zero exposure.
It was the same.
I had zero exposure. Like I would go to the show, and I would just kind of be like this, and it was just ignorance. I did not know what to do with the face looking one way, knowing that there was something down there.
But you
and
didn't
knowing that
see
this-
it, though.
Well, but I knew. But you know what? Even if I didn't see it or not, it's just those are the thoughts that go through your
You're
mind.
conditioned to
And
think that.
and then finally, after hanging around these people and getting cool through the Monday Night Drag Show, shouts out to the Stars of Century, I came to realize you're complicating your thought process by thinking about shit that you ain't even got no business thinking about. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You right here trying to process people's genitalia, but that has nothing to do with me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And if these people want to be called this, that, and the third, and then after I started hanging around and so on and so forth, it's natural now.
It became, you understood.
You know? People
it's
fear what they don't know.
under what they don't know. But you know what? There are a lot of people that don't want to know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I'm not gonna force you to want to know something that
Yeah.
you don't want to know. I'm just not gonna fuck
Yeah.
with you. I'm not gonna be in that circle. This is why I say we have to come to the conclusion that everybody's not gonna subscribe.
And I think
to
as
what we're
gays
subscribed
and
to.
trans too, people in the LGBTQ community as a whole, gotta stop begging for acceptance.
Yes.
Yes.
From bitches who, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Right. Go ahead and free yourself, bitch.
You know, because you give people power. You give people power when they're shutting you out and you at the door begging to come in. You give them dominion over you. You take your power back when you like, girl, I
Girl,
don't want
fuck you. I'm not
fuck
fucking
with you
with you.
no
Fuck
way.
you, pussy asshole.
Right. You know, and you flip the tides on them. You have them motherfuckers begging to be in your mix.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm about.
Yeah, and that's why.
I don't go to folks' churches. But if somebody invite me to church, was my first question. Can I get married at your church? Or can I hold my partner's hand in your church the same way you hold your partner's hand? They say no, thank you. I don't want to go to your church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they
Same
done
thing
invited
with-
us
same-
down there to
Same.
Vision.
I'm gonna go to the Vision. I'll go to the Vision because it's an inclusive church. But same thing with restaurant, bars, even family members' house. If I can't come to your house with my boyfriend that I do not have, that I'm waiting on, without looks and stares and feeling comfortable, I'm not coming. I refuse in 2018 to be tolerated. I don't go places where I'm tolerated. I go places where I'm fully accepted and
And celebrated.
And celebrated. You don't get me.
Dineva, we walk in the room, bitch, and we got motherfucking folk, we got people that paid to come see us.
Yeah.
So
I go
and
when people make me feel
good. And this is, I really feel like this is where we need to invest our time, and instead of invest our time and money instead of being outside. But I don't want to stay too long on this. But
We've already done it.
All right,
Go ahead.
whatever.
Go
But
ahead.
it's hard for me because I wanted to finish saying I stopped doing my show after that.
Mm-hmm.
I was attacked by they were making videos and they were making posts and they were saying how stupid and dumb and uneducated I am, and I'm like, listen, don't expect me to be out here. I'm still learning, bitch. I'm a woman.
Mm-hmm.
When I wake up and go to bed, I'm a woman, honey. I'm a woman. I have accepted all of what comes. I accept all my flaws, all that stuff that come along with me being who I am. And I could give a fuck less. Now, that don't mean that the fight for trans and equality and all that stuff is minuscule, because it is not. But with me, I'm at the point of, okay, they don't want me in the motherfucking in the Old Navy over here. I'm going across the street over here, bitch, to the TJ Maxx, to the Target, bitch, to the store that's gonna accept my money. Fuck y'all pussy assholes. I'm not trying to say, hey, you need to be trans inclusive, because no, you don't.
If you don't want me, don't talk to me.
No, you don't, because bitch, if you being trans inclusive, that's mean my money going in your pocket, bitch. I don't need you being phony with me, bitch. And you over here fat pocket off of my money. I don't need you. Fuck you, bitch. I know not to spend no money over there with your
I like
ass.
the ones that's outwardly nasty
I'm
with it,
good.
because now I know.
Yeah.
Versus the ones that's smiling in your face, but really, let me know what the fuck going on so I can make a decision.
But I was disturbed by that, Dineva, and I quit doing my show.
Shut up.
No, I did, because that hadn't been the first time that I was
Right.
under attack, and I was sitting there in a whole stance of, I'm also learning in this, because I don't know anything about trans men. I don't know about female.
And I felt the same way about
So
lesbians.
do you know? I know nothing about the girls.
Yeah, I don't know about female to male.
And even in Atlanta, with it being the Black Gay Hub, do you know? I don't know like where the girls go hang out at. I don't know what the name of any of their clubs are.
Right.
I don't go to their parties.
There was a time that there was a mix.
Like in Miami,
But not
for
at
the
all.
most part, it's mixed. It's still boy heavy.
Yeah.
And just by default, the women just have to come to wherever the guys
But they
are.
had their own promoters.
You talking about the lesbians?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
no,
lesbians
they
had
got
their own
tracks girls and all
Yeah.
that stuff, but like
Yeah.
you know how right now we can call out 3 clubs
That's-
where the boys go. I can't
I
name.
cannot.
To be honest with you, I don't even know many lesbians.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying. I don't know their story.
I don't even. Of course, I said many. I said I don't know many.
But this is the yeah, but this is
Oh yeah.
yeah, but this is the thing, Dineva. I fell back from that because I really felt attacked. And I don't really like feeling attacked by my people, because I'm gonna lash back at my people in a vicious way on my platform. And the people on the outside don't need to see us
But
doing that.
that's just a growth thing, a personal thing that you know you just had to develop thicker skin, because it's gonna come with it, man. Everybody not gonna like the things that we say, and you grow to a point where you stop having an emotional attachment to people's outrage. And I was the same way in the very beginning, but you get used to it, especially if you know your intentions were pure and that you didn't mean no ill intent. You know, all you do next week is say, y'all, I understand there was some backlash, but don't judge me for my words, judge me for my heart. This is what I meant. And you just be raw with people. I'm still learning, and you know what? You tell the truth. Y'all hurt me with the backlash. You know, and for me, that's how I've been able to weather the storm in this business so long. I just keep it real. And I let people know, y'all, I said something last week, and y'all have educated
Yeah, I do
me.
that now.
I'm going to give you something that's been getting me. Somebody launched this whole campaign that I don't like black women.
Yeah, because listen, I know who
And
the
they
someone is.
used to get, and for a while,
Because they launched the same campaign that it was black women versus trans women.
For a while, it used to get under my skin, and then but then there was some of my female heterosexual followers and friends that said, Q, sometimes your thoughts and opinions, are skewed not in the favor of black women. And I was like, wow. So I was like, you know what? I don't mean that in my heart. And I said, well, educate me on what it is that I'm saying that makes you guys feel that way. And when they did, it made me more sensitive. I'm not a woman. So I don't know what necessarily offends
black women
Correct. All the time.
Right. But Dineva, to once again play devil's advocate in that situation, that was a campaign against you by an enemy.
Yeah, indeed.
And it was a campaign against me by that same enemy that tried to make out that I was a trans woman. But you didn't say anything wrong in a situation with some of them, not all. And that particular enemy uses that black woman card as a way of using it as a weapon, as her weapon against people.
And it's sad because it actually weakens the cause. There really are people out there that are terrorizing and not respecting black women. But when you have these false, phony claims, it takes away from the people who are really experiencing issues. Because now I'm not going to lie to you, the minute I hear attack on black women, I instantly throw my hands up in the air and roll my eyes.
And keep going.
This bullshit again.
You get desensitized.
You do.
Like the boy that cried wolf.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
Dineva, this is why I'm saying when it comes, because I've gotten backlash that I haven't had a trans woman guest judge.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put it all out there.
Okay.
Put it out there. I've gotten backlash that I have not had a trans woman sit on the bench with me, and they said that they think that I feel that I'm superior to other trans women, or I might be overshadowed. Bitch, this and can't nobody come on my shit over. This my shit. Mm-hmm. When they go home, whether they come and do an outstanding job, they log on to that show because this my motherfucking show.
Right.
That part is tricky because I feel like in the LGBTQ community, people expect that a member of the community must carry the entire community.
I was just about to say that. I'm not the savior of all trans people.
That's a black people thing,
I'm
too.
not the savior.
One black person making you feel like they got to carry the entire...
Yeah.
It's not your responsibility as a successful member of the community. And I think I have to enter that part because if I was working down in Walgreens on the corner, you would not expect me to carry the community. But because you have a platform, people see you as a force. And because you're a force, it is your job to carry the community. That's bullshit.
Right.
You cannot always and I understand it. Like, I remember we had the discussion. I said, well, Maddie, why are you advocating for some of these black issues? And she said, I'm black, but I'm trans. And that's her major side of the struggle. Not that her being black goes away.
Right.
But she's trans.
Right.
And that's where she experiences
the most
a lot of terror and trauma on the trans side. But you cannot be slapped in the face or put down because you don't stand up. Like, for instance, this whole idea of not having another trans woman on the show. Well, the idea of another woman not being added doesn't make you any less trans.
Right.
Nor does it make you less of an advocate for the trans community.
Right. The fact that I'm trans with this platform is monumental.
Right.
Because one of us made it.
Right.
And be celebrated, but not people saying, well, there's not another trend. You don't, and let's be frank, for both of you sitting here who are doing a phenomenal job, how many fucking doors have you opened?
Correct.
And when are other people going to stop waiting for you to open the door for them and open the fucking
Door for themselves.
Or do what we did and kick that bitch in.
And you know what me and Dineva do, sis? Me and Dineva turn on our own cameras. We can't help that our mouth was big and we didn't give a fuck what we said, bitch. Or we weren't scared to come to the door and say, come on in, bitch, see this mouth everywhere. Dineva wasn't scared to be like, my hair is laid like Nene Leaks' edge is ate out in the back. You wasn't scared for none of that.
But you know what's crazy? You will get the most flack, but most people will not do what you were willing to do
to get them. Indeed.
And being involved in social media, I can't speak for everybody, but you won't stay up late like I did.
Right.
You won't take the media and the all these different platforms and blogs talking trash. Got people trying to find out where you live. You can't walk through the airport without somebody screaming at you because you like your privacy.
Right.
But there's so many things that you give up when you reach a certain platform, and I think that it should be celebrated and not condemned.
And not scrutinized at every little thing, right.
And I don't think that people realize that, like, the scrutiny that comes with saying, I have a platform.
I tell people all the time, I don't do what I do for you. I do what I do for me, and I'm blessed that you are allowed to share into it and that you like it. But my name is not your Dineva. It's not customizable Dineva. It's not cooked to order Dineva. It is Funky Dineva. I'm not yours. You know, and people want you to be what they want to build, and you should do this and you should do that. No, bitch, I should do what it is I want to do, and then you choose whether you like it and if you don't. And if you don't, that's fine. Go to the restaurant that you like to eat at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all. But I tell people all the time, these fans get it twisted. I don't, and people get offended when I say this because they're used to celebrities saying, "I do what I do for y'all." Well, I don't. I don't do, and I don't mean this disrespectful. I thank my fan base, but I don't do none of what I do for y'all. I do it for me. It makes me feel good, and I'm blessed that you guys enjoy sharing in it.
That's what Tim Bay says. Like
You
on
know?
his bio, he says,
But
"I'm
you don't
myself,
own me.
and I'm letting you watch."
Yeah, you don't own me. I don't customize my material for you and what you like. And people need to understand that I'm not here for what you like. I'm here for what I like.
And that's the thing, though. You may even, like today, you may be an advocate for something that they enjoy or something that makes them feel better.
They will flip out on you.
But the moment you're not, everything that you've ever done,
Right, it's discredited.
Right.
Right.
It's all shot down, and it's like you're damned if you do it if you don't.
And that's what I realized. That's why I said, you know what? Just do you.
You have to do your thing.
Just do you. But
All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys get ready for the bench tonight, honey. We're going to joke. We're going to talk serious. And we're not going to stay long. We're going to try to keep this an hour. And then we come on the after show and do the after show, whatever. All we can't, Craig, when we see it coming like close to an hour, we're gonna cut it and then just do commercials and stuff like that. And then finish the last part of it on the after show or whatever, you know. Please, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you have gotten your tickets for the live shows with Funky Dineva.
In Orlando, bitch. We about to bust that bitch. Wide motherfucking open, bitch.
It's a week from today, so get your tickets, bitch. You can even buy them at the door. Bring your big ass on out, bitch.
Honey.
Bring your big ass on out. And also, we've added Washington, D.C. to the roster, so it's going to be Funky Dineva, Tiffany Pollard, and myself. Washington, D.C., November 12th and October 22nd, bitch!
I'm gonna try being a high-end escort in DC, like them, them political men like that. I'm gonna go sit at the bar like Bernadine from.
Make sure you wear your red lipstick.
I am, honey. I want my cheetah blouse. Oh, you should see my blouse I'm wearing tonight, baby. I got an old nasty shit cheetah blouse.
Oh, so you know what? I need to match my sister tonight. I think we're gonna
some animal.
We're gonna put some animal on tonight. We gonna be wild beasts tonight.
Yes, honey.
Wild beasts, bitch. All right, y'all. We love you, and make sure that you subscribe to the podcast, bitch. Craig, run those 2 commercials at the end, bitch.
Shall we run them again?
Do your motherfucking job, bitch. Every single one.
Is you live? Is you live, whore? Whores, are you live? Oh, yes, honey. It is that time, baby. The Queen's Supreme Court will be loud, live, and always and forever in color in Orlando, Florida. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The doll is bringing deceit to your city. Bitch, Funky Dineva and Jesse Wu will be my guest Supreme Court judges. Ladies, jurors, gentlemen, get up, start what you're doing right now, and get over there and get your tickets at www.eventbrite.com. That's www.eventbrite.com, and look for the Queen's Supreme Court live show in Orlando. Don't beat me there, bitch. Beat me there. Is you live? Is you live, whore? Whores, are you live? Baby, I hope you are, because October 22nd, the Queen's Supreme Court will be in Baltimore, Maryland. And that's right. Honey, it's my birthday, and I will be celebrating it right with you guys in Baltimore, Maryland. The bitch is bringing the seat to Baltimore. Oh yes, I will be accompanied by my guest judges, Lonnie B and Chrissy McDaniel. Now listen, these tickets is gonna sell out fast, so you bitches better get them now. Get over there to www.eventbrite.com and look for the Queen's Supreme Court live in Baltimore. That's the Queen's Supreme Court live in Baltimore, Maryland, bitch. And listen, don't meet me there, honey. Beat me there. Oh, yes.